The reason why I'm buying ICP instead of BNB is because I think that BNB is a complete dinosaur. And even though nothing I say is financial advice nor a guarantee, if I take a look at ICP, let's say we're to go to the price of $500, that right there is around a 67x from here. And the market cap at that point wouldn't even be too crazy, right? Market cap would be around $237 billion considering current circulating supply, which to some people on the flip side may sound kind of crazy, but to me it's not, because we've seen, Ethereum reach around $550 billion in market cap back in 2021. And I just don't think it's better than the internet computer. But even besides that point, on the flip side, if let's say BNB were to do a 67x from here, at that point, market cap would be around $5.5 trillion. And at that point, the price would be around $38,000. I mean, come on, man, this is unrealistic. Now, here's the thing. Am I saying that BNB is complete trash in all aspects? I'm not saying that, right? I still think it's pretty decent, but I don't think it has room for growth like that. I think it's pretty much become a dinosaur at this point, because I don't think it can even do over a 10x during this bull run. That's just the way to take a look at it. Now, here's the thing as well. If you take a look at the BNB smart chain ecosystem, is it really that dynamic? I don't think so. As a matter of fact, according to Crypto.com research, just last year, slightly over 2% of the crypto hacks that happened actually occurred on the BNB smart chain ecosystem, which is very bad. I mean, the crypto space overall is massive. That's a ridiculous figure in my opinion, even though it may seem kind of small, to some people. But even besides that point, if I take a look at the internet computer, it doesn't have any of these issues. You know what I mean? It's very rock solid in my opinion. Not to mention, if you take a look at BNB going to a market cap of around $5.5 trillion, that right there is completely out of the equation. I mean, the GDP of Canada back in 2022 was around $2 trillion. So this is ridiculous. Do I think BNB could do like maybe a 2 or 3x during this bull run, maybe like a 3.5x in a most bullish case scenario? Yeah, sure, why not? I still think it has some in the gas tank, but I think that it's not that dynamic. I don't think it's that revolutionary. And even if you take a look at Binance, right? I get it, it's massive. There's over 200 million users. But you take a look at CZ, he just got released, allegedly, from custody. So when it comes to BNB, yeah, I just think there's too many questions all over the board. And also, I don't think it's as dynamic as, for instance, something like the internet computer, which allegedly it's the world's most productive blockchain. So that's very impressive. And you have to consider how when it comes to nowadays projects, they're beginning to shift their focus beyond just, building on layer 1 blockchains that they feel have a lot of hype and attention, unless they're meme coins, of course, because here's the thing. Traditionally, everyone FOMO'd into like building on Ethereum, what I mean, right? They really like that. But as of right now, we're seeing many projects choose other places. And I think that naturally moving forward, people are going to choose something like the internet computer because, again, it's just fundamentally amazing. I think it's a lot better than the BNB chain, for instance. And for the people out there that say that, oh yeah, this BNB chain is the greatest, all this type of stuff, I think it was like pretty dynamic like years ago. But as of right now, I think that the internet computer is just a lot better. Not to mention, the internet computer just has a much broader focus. It's focused on decentralized AI. It's focused on decentralizing the internet. Also on top of that, you take a look at how the average cost per instruction is over 40 million times less expensive than Ethereum. So anyway, you take a look at it, I think that the internet computer is pretty much the new and improved thing. Back then, years ago, right, BNB was slated as this revolutionary up-and-coming thing that could be so amazing. But as of right now, I think it's ICP. I'm not necessarily looking to get into BNB right now. I'm looking for the next big thing, so to speak. Quite essentially the next BNB, but better. And I do believe that is exactly what ICP is as of right now. Because, let's face it, when you take a look at being focused on AI, I get it, right? A lot of the hype is kind of dissipating as of right now. It's not as great as it once was like months ago, but in my opinion, better days are ahead. According to Grandview Research, the AI market is predicted to be worth nearly $2 trillion by 2030. So that's amazing. So when it comes to, the internet computer, not only just being focused on AI, but decentralized AI, that's just the cherry on top right there. And of course, the decentralization does bring a lot of benefits. For instance, potentially improved data storage. And also on top of that, usually a lot more scalability. So that's a forward-thinking mindset that the internet computer has, and I really like that. ICP feels like a hidden gem, in my opinion, amongst the giants, because granted, it's not a small cap, it's not a micro cap, but oftentimes people, instead of focusing on ICP, they focus on like Solana, on like Avalanche, on like BNB, And it's solely their choice. But in my opinion, the fantastic thing about ICP is that it's not a dinosaur, but then it's big enough to the point that it's not too risky. Because again, if let's say there's a micro cap out there that has like $100,000 market cap, sure, it could outperform ICP during a fully fledged bull run. I totally understand that. But of course, the risk is naturally a lot higher because it's not proven yet. You know, the community is not really that strong. Exposure really isn't that fantastic. So again, there's a lot of risk. But when it comes to ICP, the market cap is big enough, but it's not too massive again. So there's still room for upside there. Keep in mind, again, $500, that's around a 67x from here. It's pretty impressive. A lot of the times people want to focus on getting like a 1000x, like a 100x or whatever the case may be. But in my opinion, I don't need, a 1000x. You know what I mean? Sure, that'd be great, but I'm not going to dabble with like random nonsense like small caps. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to focus on something that's pretty good in size, but not too massive. For instance, like an ICP. Is ICP going to be the best performing cryptocurrency out there during this bull run? No, I don't think so. I think there's going to be microcaps out there. They're going to outperform it again, but I'm not necessarily looking for that. That's a little bit too much risk for my appetite, if that makes sense. I believe in ICP, and I think that the future could look so bright. And now, am I saying that the BNB chain has to disappear off the abyss in order for the internet computer to do amazing? No, that's not the case whatsoever. I think it can thrive as well, but I think that ICP just has that special added sauce because I think it's a lot better. When it comes to the internet computer, people oftentimes like to make fun of it for trying to decentralize the internet, but I actually don't think this is a bad idea whatsoever. I mean, if you take a look at it, through decentralization, the internet, I would argue, could be a lot better. For instance, having these reduced multiple single points of failures, and also on top of that, people often argue that, hey, the internet is a little bit too centralized, typically controlled by these big tech giants. So decentralization could change that, right? It could potentially allow for more freedom, hypothetically, when it comes to the internet again. So when it comes to the internet computer, it's not necessarily focused on random things, if that makes sense. It's not focused on random nonsense. If I could only put all my eggs into one basket during this bull run, ICP or BNB, hands down, it's going to be ICP. If I'm talking about like years ago, maybe okay, BNB, why not, right? It grew a lot, but as of right now, yeah, I just don't think that it's a good pick for me. I'm not this type of individual who's going to put like $10 million or something crazy like that. Some influencers out there, they have that much, right? So let's say something does like a 2 or 3x, they're all set. You know what I mean? But if let's say someone has way less than that, is it really logical? Yeah, I just don't get that. You know what I mean? Now, non-financial advice, but even if let's say I had like $10 million, I wouldn't put anything into BNB. That's just complete nonsense. I think ICP, a lot more room to grow, but at the same time, it's very dynamic. It's not this caca project. So that's why I really like it. And again, my investment strategy is very simple. Anytime on income, acquire, hold, and I just wait. That's it. Because ICP at the price of $500 during this bull run, that right there wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. I think it's that amazing. And I think that this bull run could be so fantastic as well. But it's just a waiting game. But I'm willing to wait because I'm going to wait anyway. So yeah. And again, $500 wouldn't shock me whatsoever. And make sure to subscribe if you gain value from this video. I'd greatly appreciate it. It's Lee the Captain, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.